Hello, everyone. We're just going to take another minute or two to let folks get connected. Good to see you all here. Thanks for joining us. And while we're waiting, perhaps we can just take a moment. This is going to be a 30-minute guided meditation. So bringing attention to your posture that you're hopefully going to maintain for the next 30 minutes without needing to move. If you need to move, that's okay. We just do so very deliberately, very mindfully, but finding a comfortable position with perhaps a lengthening or energy moving through the spine, through the body, to bring an alertness to the practice, but also a gentle softening through the body. So finding that balance right at the beginning of our practice between the kind of effort and surrender. And just in this last minute, we can just do a quick little check-in, see if we're holding any tension in our face, our jaw, the shoulders, the belly, the chest. And if so, maybe just inviting a little release. Okay, so Dan, shall I pass it over to you?
Okay. So today we're going to use the breath as our meditation object. It's been used by many traditions as a meditation object. And we're just going to use it as a way to come into the now, into this moment. Breath is like a bridge to this moment. So we'll just become aware of the natural breath, however it is in this moment. The practice is not to control the breath or manipulate the breath in any way. So the mind is what keeps us from being here and now. Many thoughts that are arising. The mind is sometimes like a whirlpool. We get caught in that whirlpool. The mind is not a problem. And just let it be as it is. We're not going to get caught in that whirlpool, but we're not going to try and push away thoughts either. We're simply going to anchor in the breath, in what's happening right now, in this moment. This body is breathing. And we're just going to let the body breathe. If you try to control the breath, then that's the mind manipulating the breath. The body knows how to breathe. We're just going to let the body take control, natural control. So there may be a tension in the breath, there may be constriction, but that's okay. Just let it be as it is. The body will sort that out on its own. it's important that we don't think we know how to control the breath. So if the breath is shallow, just let it be shallow. If it's deep, let it be deep. And just stay aware of whether you're breathing in, whether you're breathing out. Notice the pauses between the breath, the turning point of the breath, between the in-breath and out-breath, or the out-breath and in-breath. If the mind is very busy, just focus on a narrow aspect of the breath, maybe the air going in and out of the nostrils, or if you can, experience the breath throughout the body. Feel the whole body breathing if you can. So you can go from the narrow breath to the wide breath, the whole breath, if you can. But if you're getting lost in thoughts, then just stay with the narrow breath. Just the sensations going in and out of the nostrils. And whenever the mind interrupts, you don't actually have to do anything to come back to presence. Just the fact that we've noticed the mind has interrupted, that noticing is already the coming back into presence. So there's no doing in this meditation. We're just abiding with the breath. The breath is already happening. Let the breath be natural. If you're not sure what the natural breath is, can just for a moment let go of breathing, let go of control of the breath in any way. So essentially just stop breathing and wait for the body to take the next breath. So you don't take the breath, the body takes the breath. So it's like watching the ocean waiting for a wave to arise, just observing. So you let the body be breathed. We want to encompass as much of the breath as possible with our consciousness. Eventually getting to the point where we feel the entire body on the in-breath, the entire body on the out-breath. Staying aware of the pattern of the breath, the pulsation, expansion and contraction. We want to inhabit this pattern of the breath with our awareness, with our consciousness. We want to stay with the breath continuously, single-pointedly. So whatever whatever else is happening, stay with the breath. Let the breath take you deep into this moment, into the different dimensions of your being. We may feel the gross physical breath, gross sensations in the body. But don't miss any subtle sensation. Don't miss the subtle patterns of the breath, the pranic pulsation of the breath, the flow of subtle sensation that becomes present when we're not thinking. ancient traditions, they say to stay with the meditation object continuously until it turns into something else. So you stay with the breath so continuously that you start to disappear into the breath, or it disappears into you. Notice who is aware of the breath in this moment. The natural breath is arising and passing, arising and passing. Who is aware? Who or what is aware? Is this observer something separate from the breath itself? Just observe. For the last few minutes, if your eyes are closed, you can just open them a tiny crack so that we can stay in our inner world, stay aware of the breath, but also allow the external world to be present. So we keep our consciousness in the breath, in the inner world. But allow visual sensation to come in. As we move into our day, we can continue to let our breath, let our inner world anchor us in the present, in the moment. If we abide in the inner world, can remain equanimous, staying in the center, like the center of the spiral, no matter what is going on outside. We stay in this unmoving presence, this awareness.